Everyone online makes Reinvention over 50 look like a movie montage. New haircut, new life, strolling down the beach in linen pants. But in real life, what no one tells you is it's confusing and lonely and kind of terrifying. I know because at 54, I left a toxic job and relationship and completely rebuilt my life, and it looked nothing like that montage. Maybe you're there right now, stuck in a rut, wondering, is this what my life has become? You want to reinvent yourself, but how? And where do you even start? But the weird part is that lost, uncomfortable feeling, that's actually how you know it's working. Hi, I'm Tess. So today I am sharing 4 truths that nobody actually tells you about Reinvention over 50. And these have to do with that messy, real part in the middle. Most people stay stuck because they can't get through that messy middle. But I am telling you it's worth it because I stuck it out and now I am the happiest I've ever been. I actually feel like I'm the person I was supposed to be all along. But it would have been nice if I had known about some of these things beforehand. Maybe it would have made it a little less messy. And with that, let's get into truth number 1. Truth number 1 is that reinvention doesn't feel like reinvention at first. Everyone talks about reinvention like it's this big, exciting transformation. And I mean, it is, but not at first, not for a while. What no one tells you is that it doesn't start with excitement, it starts with panic. I mean, you're questioning decades of who you were. I remember before I left my job 2 years ago to start my own business, I was petrified. I didn't know if I could make it on my own. And that stirred up a lot of discomfort, to say the least. For years, I had told myself that I could never be a business owner, that I didn't want to be a business owner. And so letting go of that thinking felt weird. But I want to tell you, this is normal. Change is not comfortable. That discomfort is a feature, not a bug. Do you guys remember in the Brady Bunch, that episode where Peter's voice started to change because he reached puberty and he was embarrassed and uncomfortable? But the thing is, he needed to go through that awkward phase in order to become a man. And that's the same with your reinvention. You're in that awkward voice cracking stage and it feels uncomfortable, but it's not a flaw. It's actually a signal that things are shifting. Trust me, it is a good thing. So if it feels this messy, how do you even know you're on the right track? Well, that leads me to truth number 2. Truth number 2 is that reinvention isn't a moment. It is a process. You think one morning you'll wake up and have it all figured out. You won't. What no one tells you is that it isn't one big leap. It's 1,000 tiny ones. When I was starting over, I didn't have this grand plan. I just knew what wasn't working. My job, my relationship, and how I felt about myself. So I started with small things. I started exploring topics that might be interesting to me. I took courses. I did a lot of internal work to cultivate a growth mindset so I could start believing in myself. None of it looked glamorous, but every move is like laying another brick in the foundation of your new life. And the thing is, those small steps do add up. That is literally how I rebuilt mine. And if you're in that in-between phase now where you know something's not working, but you aren't sure what to do about it, I made something just for you. It is called the Midlife Reinvention Starter Kit, and in it, I walk you through how to make those tiny moves toward the next version of you. And it's not just fluffy talk. It has 5 doable steps with action items so you can actually make steps toward your reinvention. And it's totally free, so be sure to grab it at the link below so you can start your reinvention today. Now, the next truth is something that freaks people out a little. Truth number 3 is you will outgrow people. This one caught me by surprise. When you start changing, not everyone comes with you. Some people will cheer you on. They will be so happy for you that you're finally doing your own thing. Others, not so much. Because when you stop playing the role that kept everyone else comfortable, that makes them a little uncomfortable. Maybe you were the fixer, the peacekeeper, the one who never made waves. And suddenly you have boundaries, opinions, and energy for yourself. And then there's some people who just might not understand because they can't relate. Or maybe they're quietly envious of you because they're seeing you do something that they don't have the courage to do. But all this says more about them than it does you. And this is something I'm still dealing with. So the other day I told some friends about a video of mine that went viral, and that was really a big moment for me. But they just went, oh, cool. And then they switched topics and started talking about some colleagues of theirs who got laid off. It did hurt a little, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not letting it stop me, because while it can be painful, it's also necessary. You can't reinvent your life while clinging to relationships that only work when you stay small. Because when you stay small, you're only holding yourself back from becoming the version of you that's been trying to break through for years. But the question is, who is she? And that leads me to truth number 4. Truth number 4 is you're not becoming someone new, you're becoming you. Now here's the thing about reinvention. It's easy to think you're supposed to become this completely different person. Like there's an old you and a new you, and you have to just burn everything down and start over. But that's not what actually happens. The more you strip away the stuff that isn't working, the toxic job, the bad relationship, the people pleasing, the more you start recognizing the you that's been buried under all of it. Reinvention isn't about becoming someone else, it's about uncovering the you that's been dying to come out. And once you start reconnecting with that version of yourself, your whole life gets better. You care less about what other people think, you stop trying so hard to fit in, and you finally start feeling like yourself again, maybe for the first time in decades. That's when it clicks. That's when you realize, oh, this is me. This is who I've been trying to get to all along. That version of you is worth fighting for, even if it feels a little messy in the middle. So here's the part you might want to write down. Number 1, reinvention doesn't always feel like reinvention. Sometimes it feels awkward and weird. Number 2, reinvention is a process. Just make one small decision at a time. Number 3, you'll outgrow people, and that's okay. The ones who matter will stay. And number 4, and most importantly, you're not becoming someone new, you're becoming you. If you pick up my Midlife Reinvention Starter Kit, leave me a comment below because I will be so excited to cheer you on. Now, a lot of people say, I'm in my 50s, isn't that too late to start over? Well, watch this video next because in it I talk about why it is definitely not too late, and I'm living proof. And also because, duh, you're a bad mama jamma. I'll see you in the next video.